Langley Avenue. If you know anything, you're asked to call the Pensacola Police.
12 nonprofit organizations getting over 100 grand apiece from Impact 100 Pensacola on Sunday. Some organizations include the Gulf Coast Kids House, Wounded Veterans Relief Fund, Feeding the Gulf Coast, and the Wildlife Sanctuary of Northwest Florida.
The University of West Florida keeping up their winning streak. They beat West Alabama 23-16 in week 8 of college football. Go Argos.
In a moment, you have a choice. You can stay here and watch Good Morning America, or we would encourage you to change the channel to WFGX, our sister station, Channel 35, for the Morning Current.
If you don't have WFGX, just stream it. We're on the WEAR website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel, streaming the Morning Current at 7 a.m.
Either way, have a wonderful day.
Hello, mic check 6580456. Check, check, check.
You're watching WEAR News, the Morning Current on WFGX.
Good morning and happy Monday. It is 7 a.m. Welcome to the Morning Current. We have a bit of a surprise for you in a few minutes. Just saying that, but welcome. I'm Laura Hussey.
I'm Jared Willis. We're going to start, though, with some breaking news. People along the East Coast must be going crazy. Can't get online. Widespread internet outage affecting all the big services.
Amazon Web Services is the main thing. It's their cloud computing company, and they put out the warning. So you're talking about Amazon, Amazon Alexa, Reddit, Ring cameras, Venmo, Signal, Snapchat, Fortnite, Roblox, and a number of others. Amazon at this point is reporting significant signs of recovery, and we'll be tracking this for you throughout the morning.
Locally, one person killed, another injured after a shooting in Pensacola. Happened about 7 in the morning Sunday, Langley Avenue, east of Davis Highway, near the Hermitage Drive.
Police are saying that they found 2 people with gunshot wounds when they got there. They took both to the hospital, but one man did pass away. Right now, police are asking anyone who knows anything to call them.
Of course, we'd like to share what you think of all these stories. A lot of people on social media weighing in on that shooting. Several viewers, of course, condemning the violence. Others, like Crystal, shared their praying for the victims and their families.
And Anne wrote, prayers, people, we have got to stop. Young people, you have a whole life ahead of you. It can be a great life. Love your brothers and sisters and just see how things could turn around.
Pensacola woman facing a great number of charges, this after a deadly crash.
42-year-old Hannah Williams is charged with hit and run, manslaughter, driving under the influence, child neglect, and more. Florida Highway Patrol says just after midnight Sunday, she was driving down Lillian Highway near Stafford Lane. Troopers say she drifted out of her lane and hit a 51-year-old man on his bicycle.
The man died at the hospital. The report says Williams left the scene. They tracked her down using the VIN number on a piece of her car that was left. FHP and Escambia County deputies went to Williams' home, found that she'd also hit an electrical box.
The arrest report says when they got there, she was trying to clean her car. They also say she blew a blood alcohol level of about 0.180. She's being held in the Escambia County Jail this morning without bond.
If you haven't heard this, I mean, this is really like a movie.
Yeah,
bold. Yeah, and the title would be a daylight brazen jewelry heist at the Louvre. Who would think it could actually happen, but it did.
A group pulled it off and they did it in 7 minutes in and out. So this was Sunday morning. Right now the manhunt is underway for the 4 suspects who took off on 2 motorbikes after the heist. They were winding their way through Central Paris on motorbikes, but here's how police think they got into the museum.
They arrived in Paris, 2 in a truck, 2 on the motorcycles, dressed in yellow vests like a construction worker. They took time to park the truck near the side of the museum, put cones around it, used a ladder to get up to the 2nd floor, and then a grinder to cut into a window.
Obviously, that did trigger an alarm. Security is very tight at the Louvre, but they just kept coming. They smashed 2 display cases to get to the jewelry, and again, in and out in 7 minutes with the alarm still blaring, and boy, they got away with some beautiful pieces.
The value of the jewelry, they say, is inestimable, a priceless group of jewels, including crown jewels, Napoleon's jewels.
And Josephine's as well. Now, police have not revealed any specific leads beyond what we've told you. The French government this morning vowing the jewels will be returned and the suspects will be caught. The Louvre is closed for today.
Still amazing. Meanwhile, police are investigating the appearance of a small painting by Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, it's a very famous. It's only 4 inches by 5 inches, but there it is. You've probably seen it. Still life with guitar, painted in 1919. It was supposed to go on display beginning October 9th, but organizers say when it was delivered by fan alongside other art pieces, everything was under surveillance. Still, they discovered it was missing as they unpacked.
The painting is owned by a private collector and is insured for $700,000.
In Gaza this morning, President Trump says the ceasefire is holding despite dozens of deaths during fighting yesterday.
Gaza hospitals say more than 40 people died in airstrikes. The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is very fragile, as they expected. They say getting to phase 2 of the Gaza plan won't be possible if the ceasefire doesn't hold out.
Vice President J.D. Vance weighing in, saying an administration official will likely head to Israel soon. Now, 2 who helped broker the ceasefire deal might be involved. Special Envoy to the Mideast, Steve Witkoff, and President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
A big morning this morning for the Morning Current. Look who's here.
Oh my.
The legendary Christian Garman. Now, Christian, when we call you legendary, how does that feel to you?
Makes me feel really old.
That's what I was going for, my friend.
Well done, Laura. Once again, you've communicated your point brilliantly. I am glad to be here and certainly love working with the 2 of you anytime I get that opportunity. And I absolutely love the fact that I get to tell you how great it is. I mean, we're talking mid-50s right now. This is the coolest morning we've had this season. It's happening right now, and it gets even cooler later this week. This is going to be a beautiful week. We do have actually another front coming through Tuesday night. I don't think we're getting rain with that. I just think it reinforces the cool air. So this is going to be terrific weather for the fair, and also the tropics have something going. We're going to talk about that coming up. But when I say it's cool, check it out. Bruton, 48 degrees. Crestview 47. Yes, indeed, the 40s for the first time this season. Milton right now 53. Pensacola 58, the same as Navarre, with Destin at 60. The wind is lighter today. It is from the north, so really helping with that cooler air and keeping the humidity down all day. That's going to be great. Yesterday was really breezy, but those winds are definitely calming down. The SATRAD is totally clear. We're not going to see a drop of rain. We're probably not going to see a cloud today. I'm talking sunshine all day. A normal high is 80. I don't think we get there. I think we'll top out around 75 or 76. Coming up, though, how long will it last? I'm going to let you know.
Check in your Monday morning drive, 110 at Brett, and everybody's clipping along nicely. It is 6 minutes after 7 o'clock.
Lots more to talk about, including the millions of people around the street over the weekend for the No Kings demonstrations.
The protests were held Saturday, about 2,500 of them across the country, demonstrating against President Trump's policies. Protesters calling them authoritarian power grabs.
Pensacola was the city's largest protest of the year. About 2,500 people showed up. The event also held in Fair Oak, where they counted 1,000 attendees.
And since Saturday, thousands of people have made comments about the No Kings rally. Mixed reactions, as you might imagine. We'll get to the first one. Teresa said, "I'm happy to see there was a great turnout."
Richard says if we had a king, there wouldn't be any protesting. And Jerry said, what did it accomplish?
We love to know what you think, and we love to see your pictures and videos. Get those in now. You can text WEAR TV to 95577 or just look for the Chime In tab on our website.
A blowout on the road's bad enough, but two blowouts on a big old airplane? What happened when they landed in Houston? We'll take a look. Another week of college football in the books. We'll run it down.
And let's get that Monday morning set it right. There we go.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Here's your first coffee break of the week.
2 people were killed in Hong Kong after a cargo plane skidded off the runway, hit the sea, but those 2 people were not in the airplane.
No, this all happened early in the morning at Hong Kong International Airport. The plane was an Emirates Boeing 747 arriving from Dubai. The 2 victims were longtime airport workers. They were in a car on the runway that was hit by the plane, and then it was thrown into the water.
The victims were pulled from that car 22 feet underwater, 16 feet from the edge. 4 crew members on the plane rescued, taken to the hospital. They say the weather was fine, the runway was in great condition, and no problems with the aircraft reported.
Yeah, officials say it just veered left halfway down the runway and crashed through the perimeter fencing and into the sea.
And there's more. A United Airlines flight landing in Houston has something of an issue.
It was United Flight 2662 out of Chicago. 2 of the tires blew as it was arriving. 2 passengers on board said, yeah, it was loud. Several people screaming. I mean, you can imagine what it was like in the cabin. Then they say the plane actually bounced after it landed.
Came to a stop safely. Passengers taken to the terminal on a bus. Nobody was hurt. No word on why those tires blew.
And from California this morning, a live fire demonstration by the U.S. Marine Corps ended with shrapnel in a patrol car.
Happened Saturday morning, Interstate 5 near Camp Pendleton in San Diego County. Part of a demonstration for the Marine Corps' 250th anniversary. Highway Patrol reported the SUV hood was dented by a 2-inch piece of shrapnel.
Other people were talking about something that sounded like pebbles falling on their cars in the area of the demo. Troopers say they alerted the Marine Corps that a mortar round did not clear the interstate and that shrapnel was falling all around the freeway.
Live fire was paused, I hope, for a safety sweep, but no more shrapnel was found. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, called it a premature detonation. Highway Patrol says it's requesting a review with the federal government to talk about their public safety.
All right. On a much lighter note, a big weekend
Yes, it was.
in college football. We're going to run down some of the Week 8 highlights.
First, a major upset. Number 2, Miami defeated by unranked Louisville 24-21. First loss with Hurricanes this season, dropping to number 9 in this week's polls. Louisville jumping up the ranks at 19.
We got Florida versus Mississippi. He gave the Gators the win with an interception with 21 seconds left on the clock. However, despite that win, head coach Billy Napier was shown the door yesterday. Fired after a 3-4 start to the season. I guess he went 22-23 in 4 seasons at Florida. UF now owes him about $20 million. Half of his buyout is due within 30 days, right?
$20 million to walk away sounds pretty good.
Okay, well, that's a good spin on it. And once they name the replacement, apparently they will be paying 3 head coaches for the second time in 7
Well, they should be great then with 3.
Right.
Most teams only have 1.
We'll look for some wins for the rest of the season.
Yes.
All right.
All right, FSU on a 4-game losing streak. After a loss to Stanford 2013, quarterback Tommy Castellanos took a hard illegal hit on the slide in the 4th. No updates on injuries. FSU's off this weekend.
Okay, we got some results on the pick your winner. Number 6, Alabama played number 11 at Tennessee. The Tide took it away 37-20. Alabama playing South Carolina next weekend. Top 25 heading into week 9. We've got Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia with playoff cards hanging in the balance.
And there's more. How about the Argos?
Go Argos.
Yeah, no kidding. Go Argos.
I
Undefeated.
think that one's got to be yours, right?
They remained undefeated, defeating West Alabama 23-16.
Yeah, the defense ended with another strong performance, forcing 2 picks and holding off West Alabama to just 75 rushing yards. Argos are 7-0. This was considered their biggest test of the season, and they got it done on the road. This was an awesome big-time win for the Argos.
Could they be heading for an undefeated season?
I mean, I don't want to jinx it because I'm heading to the campus in an hour, but it's looking good at the moment. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Here on the Morning Current, we love to hear what you think about a lot of things. Scan the QR code on the answer. Do you think college football coaches are getting a fair shot before being fired? Yes or no?
Ooh,
and listen, I do want to mention, Laura, earlier with the pronunciation of Micah Boreal, you asked me and I said it. And I want to be very clear. I have absolutely no idea how to say his name, but something I learned from Jared some 25 years ago is say it with confidence and you'll get away with it. So I just want to be clear that there are probably a lot of people at home saying, that's not how you say his name.
Solid advice from 2.5 decades ago.
Exactly. I'm still using it. Exactly right.
All right, let's have a forecast.
Yeah, it looks good, guys. I'm talking clear and cool this morning. This whole week looks really awesome. And downtown Pensacola lit up nicely this morning.
Seattle.
Oh, this is is Seattle.
We like
so.
to pop in on some other towns that have some beautiful mornings going on, but none more
Take a
beautiful
look at
than
this.
our home.
No. I guarantee you people across the country want to pop this camera up because it looks so good out there. And it's going to stay like this. I mean, this is the deal. We're talking sunshine and cool air. It feels like fall, which makes a lot of sense, folks, because as you probably know, it is fall. That's a live shot from the Hardee's Beach Cam, obviously looking toward the east. The sunrise just off screen there. And this morning, when I say it's cool, there you go. We've had someone email in saying, yes, indeed, we're in the 40s in Crestview, 47 degrees right now, Bruton 48. Nice to see the 40s on the map, isn't it? We've got Milton at 53, Pensacola right now. Good morning. It is 58 degrees with Destin at 60, and that really is the only spot besides NAS that we're even seeing in the 60s. Wind is calm this morning for the most part. It's still a little breezy, but nothing like yesterday where it was quite windy. The wind will continue to calm today, but it's coming from the north, and that just tells us the humidity will stay low. Here's the local satellite and radar imagery. It's not going to find any rain at all. I'm telling you right now, probably not going to find any clouds today. We're talking about gorgeous weather, and that's really true across the south. So we've pulled out a little bit now. You can see from Atlanta to Charleston to Jacksonville to Tampa. Clear skies. We've all had the benefit of this powerful front. You know, we had big showers and storms early Saturday morning, and that was from this front, but it's long gone now. Check that early Sunday morning. And you can see the rain left over from that is now out over the Atlantic and down in southern Florida, like in Miami, still a little cloudy and rainy. But for the most part, the state and the south looks great. Highs today, a normal is 80. I'm calling for 75. Isn't that great in Pensacola? Crestview will get up to 78. I think Destin 77, Jay 78. So I don't think, if you're watching right now, I don't think you're getting to 80 today. I mean, we're talking finally feels a little bit cooler out there. Here's your Futurecast, and I'm going to roll this through the hours. We'll stop it at 4 p.m. The fair kicks off, of course, this afternoon, 4 o'clock. They'll open those doors, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Tonight, clear and cool again. Tomorrow, check it out. Do you see that? Look at these clouds coming in. We actually have a front coming through tomorrow night. Now, there is some rain on the Futurecast, but I don't think that rain will get east of 65. I think what will happen is it's going to be a little drier. So despite the fact that tomorrow night we'll have some clouds, I don't think Northwest Florida gets any rain with this. And then when that front comes through, it just reinforces things, and it actually gets a little cooler by Thursday morning. Out of the tropics, the Gulf is quiet. Most of the Atlantic is quiet. We do have this one tropical wave. It's got a 70% chance to develop over the next 5 days as it moves west into the Caribbean. So of course, that's something we are watching closely. For boaters today, Gulf seas at 2 to 4. Notice that until 10 o'clock this morning, there is a small craft advisory offshore, not in protected waters, but out over the Gulf of Mexico with those northeasterly winds calming down. And at the beach, it was a red flag yesterday, currently still red, but lifeguards given an 80% chance that they'll post the yellow flag today. Wind from the north tends to calm the surf, and that's what we expect. So here you go. Check this 7-day forecast out. Looks pretty darn good. Remember, at the bottom, you can see the normal high is 80, 75 today, 81 tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, the clouds come with that front. Wednesday, we're right back to sunny and 79. Look at Thursday morning. 53. I think Thursday morning we may be as low as like 45 or 46 north of the interstate, and we just stay dry and gorgeous until Sunday. That's the next better chance for showers at about 50%.
How about a shot of I-10 in Pine Forest this morning as perhaps you get ready to hit the road? If that's part of your drive, looks like the roadway is pretty much yours.
Stay with us on the Morning Current. Newly released data shows peanut allergies in children are dropping. Why doctors say we're seeing that drop in the numbers.
We like to do a little good news here on the Morning Current, at least
What?
every now and then. I know, yeah, really. The world doesn't offer a lot, but we're seeing a very big decline in peanut allergies in children 10 years after new guidance around peanuts exposure was updated.
Basically, when they updated those guidelines, they said, okay, give them the peanuts a little bit earlier. So they say about 60,000 children have avoided peanut allergies this way. This data all published in the journal Pediatrics.
That's awesome. You know, some good friends have a little one who has had to deal with that her whole life. And because they're so close to us, we've seen what it's like, the waking up early, the giving the small doses. I mean, it is an unbelievable impact daily. So hearing that news is obviously great.
Yeah, it's making a difference. They've seen about a 27% reduction in peanut allergies specifically. So the guidance said introduce peanuts to children starting at 4 to 6 months. Prior, doctors had just put it off because they were so scared, as you said with your friend, when you have those allergic reactions or when you see them, it is quite frightening.
Yeah.
2015 recommendations came after a big study that proved early introduction does really work.
Good news. All right. Don't bust them out, in the classroom yet. But we are
Yeah,
seeing.
don't get cocky.
Yeah, don't get crazy.
Easy when they
We
come
are
down with the
seeing
food
some
cart on the
progress.
airplane. Thank you,
Yes,
no.
exactly. Are they even allowed? I don't think they even give peanuts on there.
Oh, no. They probably don't even have it in the
No.
airport.
Should we
Forget
talk
it.
about dogs for
No,
a bit?
Who doesn't want
Dogs
to?
in costume.
That's even better then. It was spooktacular with Barktoberfest in downtown Pensacola, hosted by the Humane Society, pardon me.
Aw.
Like you said,
This
I
is
want to
the
go this
best.
way.
Love this.
Yeah, folks and their pets invited to dress up for Halloween. It's their biggest fundraiser of the year for the Humane Society. So they also took donations and recruited some volunteers, just trying to help their mission of helping shelter pets find loving homes.
Who had the duty of judging that?
Yeah, good
That's gotta
luck.
be- yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Oh, this is so fun. I'm sure you guys have been. We go often, and it's just the best. It's so cute. Seeing the dogs. Or we have a puppy. She's not ready for that. She doesn't. Not ready to
for a
meet other dogs
costume.
just yet. But this is the best. That's
Yeah.
the dream. A year from now to be there.
And a huge shout out to the Pensacola Ice Flyers for their support of that event.
Cool.
Chime in. Sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
We love your participation on the Morning Current with pictures and commentary. Right now we're doing Chime In. Take a look at this. That is from Don Clark.
That's a monarch on chive blossoms.
look at that.
And this is my favorite of the day, you guys. This is Sir Stinky Pants. Pam Sorrell sent us this epic image of Sir Stinky Pants. I am sure he runs the house.
The nickname for Jared around here for years, actually. So it's
You know,
What a coincidence.
you get to be my age, Kristen.
I
There are
understand. It's more difficult at this
certain
point.
realities you have to
I
deal with.
understand, Jared.
All
No one
right.
blames you. But this was 30 years ago, but still.
We're going to get back to the hard news in just a second on the Morning Current. Another vote expected today in the U.S. Senate. What is expected to happen? I think we can guess. We'll run it down. There are a lot of us who really aren't affected, at least directly, by the government shutdown. But for those who are, it's got to be difficult. We're heading into week number 3, and there's really no end in sight.
No, the senators are going to vote for the 11th time this evening to try and resolve the impasse, but nothing's really changed. This is the 3rd longest funding shutdown in history at this point. 1995, there was one for 21 days. That was under the Clinton administration. And there were 34 days under Trump #1. That one was over a demand to build the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
As it stands, Republicans still need 9 Democrats to switch their votes. Senate Majority Leader John Thune bringing up the bill this week that pays federal and military employees. They do have to continue to work. We'll see how that works.
All right. 12 Pensacola nonprofits were awarded more than $100,000 for their missions. Good stuff.
All part of Impact 100 Pensacola Bay's $1 Million Sunday. Organizations spent months in the application process. Some of the finalists included the Wounded Veterans Relief Fund. They provide critical financial and dental care to wounded and disabled veterans. Pensacola Symphony Orchestra as well.
They have a plan to buy some much-needed large instruments that are just too big for the musicians to carry. And the symphony has to provide those instruments, so they have been short in that department. And then there is Gulf Coast Kids House. That money is going to bring them a therapy garden.
It's going to build a therapy garden for our kids, and so right now they only have inside the building.
So many kids are going to be able to benefit and have more healing because of this, and we're very excited.
Impact 100 has distributed how much? $31 million to the Escambia and Santa Rosa economies. 18.7 of that money directly Pensacola Bay area.
All right, the applications are already open for next year's $1 Million Sunday. So if you want to find out more about the grant process, you can go to a meeting. They're having it at Marcus Point Baptist Church on November 19th from 7:30 till 9 in the morning.
Let's talk to Christian Garman, making his first appearance on the Morning Current.
Yes, great to have you with us. Terry's watching the stream. Christian, she says, brr, it is 47 in Crestview. Woo!
Hey, Terry, good morning. And yeah, so glad to be here on a morning when we get our coolest air of the season so far. It really does feel chilly out there. We're talking low 50s and in a few spots in the 40s. And this is just the beginning. This is a great way to start the week. We're talking about beautiful weather all week long. I know so many of you have been to the fair, will be going back, or maybe haven't been yet, but are planning on going this week. The weather looks terrific. And out of the tropics, we're watching one wave, and I'll have details on that coming up. But here are the numbers. And yes, indeed, Miss Terry, Crestview, 47 right now. Pensacola, 58 degrees. Milton, 53. Look at Jay, 50. I bet that falls to 49 in the next few minutes. Bruton right now at 48. And from Destin, 60, one of the very few spots in the 60s. The wind is from the north. It's still a little breezy this morning, not as much as what we saw yesterday when it was pretty windy after that front came through yesterday morning. But today the wind will calm down, but it will be coming from the north with absolute clarity. We're talking, I doubt we'll even see a cloud today. So the satellite radar imagery is completely clear. 9 o'clock, about 61. By 2 o'clock today, 71 or 72. I'm calling for a high of 75. I think a fair bet would be 75 to about 78 across the board, which in all cases is below normal. The normal high today is 80. Coming up, I've got your 7-day, and I will tell you when we do see our next best chance for rain.
Check it out, your morning drive on a Monday. Here's I-10 just east of 9th Avenue. Everybody's being good. Everything's moving smoothly at this report. It is 7:32 right now.
A lot of people talking about this. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service investigating the destruction of a protected bird nest in Foley.
It was in an area that is being developed for a new subdivision. 2 ospreys appeared to be nesting on top of a pole at the construction site. Now, workers at a nearby business had been watching those birds, and they noticed the pole was removed.
The witnesses told us they found the pole on the ground with the remnants of the nest. Security camera video caught the moment the nest came down. Now, the birds are nesting raptors, by the way, like eagles and hawks, protected while nesting under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act.
That investigation continues, and we've had a lot of your comments on social media, hundreds as a matter of fact. A lot of people saying the developers should be fined.
Teresa said, and the fine will be a slap on the hand. The damage is already done. These companies know they can get away with it. They're willing to pay any fine for the financial benefits of their construction, immoral and unethical.
And Susan wrote, this is heartbreaking to see the wildlife lose their homes because of human greed.
And from Elizabeth, she asked, my question is how many times has this happened when no one is around to see it? We'll bet this isn't the only one, unquote.
And thank you for all those comments.
Hey, how about this?
Prince Andrew giving up all of his royal titles.
The younger brother of King Charles, of course, quoted, "The continued accusations about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. Will no longer use the title or honors given to him, but will not be officially stripped of those honors."
So interesting. He stepped out of the public eye around 2019 when all of those accusations surfaced around Jeffrey Epstein. Basically, in her memoir, the now late Virginia Giuffre claimed she was trafficked by Epstein and had sex with Andrew when she was 17 years old. I mean, detailed encounters in that book of times with Andrew. And in 2021, she sued him. Of course, she passed away from suicide in April.
Now, Andrew denies over and over again meeting her or having a relation to Epstein. He'll remain a prince, and his two daughters will remain princesses and will still live on the Windsor estates.
Moving back home on this side of the pond, disgraced former New York Congressman George Santos talking now for the first time since President Trump commuted his prison sentence.
His sentence commuted less than 3 months into a 7-year deal at a prison. August 2024, he pleaded guilty to campaign fraud, identity theft. President Trump said the sentence was excessive. Santos on commute, "People are going to like me. People are going to hate me. If it doesn't matter whoever gets clemency in the future or whomever that person might be. I'm pretty confident if the president had pardoned Jesus Christ off the cross, he would have had critics. That's just the reality of our country," quote unquote, I guess.
And Santos is not even ruling out going back into politics, but he says not within the next decade. He said his time behind bars made him want to focus on prison reform.
Getting ready to travel for the holidays? Well, we have some booking tips to save you money if you're traveling by air.
And speaking of flying, Southwest is ramping up its boarding process. How they're planning to get passengers on to fly faster.
When you're joining us for the coffee break this morning, take a picture of your coffee break and send it to us so we can share with everybody.
Your coffee break selfie, we'll call it. Send it on in, and in the meantime, enjoy.
Well, apparently, it is not too early to start planning your holiday travel.
Yeah, this takes some work to figure out. Get a calendar so you can make some X's and mark some days. Google put out their holiday travel trends and booking trips. So, lowest prices, they say, for Thanksgiving can be found 35 days before departure. The low price range is 24 to 59 days, and Google says if you want to fly right before or after Thanksgiving, your cheapest options will be available for sale in October.
Now, the lowest price is around 51 days before departure for Christmas. Low price range 30 to 73 days. So you might want to start thinking about it right now.
Well, the Thanksgiving 35 days out, we may have missed that at this point. I think it's fewer than 35 days
Oh
Thanksgiving.
boy, Aunt Martha's going to be so upset if we don't show up.
Listen, we'll Zoom, Aunt Martha. You know we love you, but we're going to do it on Zoom this year, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, and if Aunt Martha is across the pond, for example, they say book really early for international travel, 49 days before departure. Even I can figure out that we've missed that limit,
I think
right?
that was in August.
Now, this is interesting. I don't know why, but apparently Tuesday is the cheapest day to book, and Sunday is the most expensive. Why?
Talking about tomorrow or any Tuesday? Or do you
Any
mean
Tuesday.
like get on it tomorrow?
Any given Tuesday.
I was promised
Yeah.
there'd be no math.
Don't even start if you like click on a flight one time and then you walk away and you
Yeah.
want to go back and suddenly mysteriously the price gone up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your feed from the rest of your life is nothing but airline travel because you made the mistake of clicking on one thing.
One time. Some of the top trending destinations, if you need a little help planning your travel, Rio at St. Lucia, which is so beautiful. The average domestic round trip price, by the way, in the first quarter was $397. Now you know.
Of course, here on the Morning Current, we'd love to hear from you, especially right now about your holiday plans. Are you A, flying? Are you driving? Are you cruising? Or like the Willis family, staying home?
Or like me, putting your head under the covers and waiting till it's all over. But anyway, scan that QR, let us know what you think. And let's get to Southwest because they plan to revamp their in-cabin experience. They're also reworking how you get on board.
Why have they all done this before?
I know, it's
what
so
is it?
crazy. They're doing the obvious.
Okay.
All right.
They start loading in the back, window seats, in, up, in, yeah.
It'll never work. It makes too much sense.
makes too much
It'll never work.
Well, the first class people want to get on board first.
I understand
that is a
get
privilege.
your coffee,
Yeah.
get your Danish. I
Little
totally,
champagne,
of course.
all that.
Yeah, you guys, but this could really work. They call it the Wilma method. And just to satisfy you, certain people will still be able to board early, such as
Oh, certain people.
certain, not you, not me, but frequent flyers, credit card holders with benefits, people who purchase extra legroom, people who buy last minute priority boarding options. So anyway, that's how it's going to work. It'll all be there on your boarding pass.
I've heard, I think I read briefly this morning in the rush before the show, that private jet flight is now becoming more of an option. There are some tax breaks involved that came through with the big beautiful bill or something. So maybe we'll fly,
Private?
private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doubtful, I gotta say.
I'm saying if you're looking over at this side of the couch, you're not getting any help
Yeah.
from over here.
Yeah.
Check out these stories and more on WEAR's YouTube channel, top local and national YouTube shorts, and the Morning Minute, the Epic Morning Minute. Search WEAR News on YouTube.
Good friend of mine has a Cessna 182. We'll use that. This is disappointing. This is disappointing. No charges for the Florida man accused of tying up and abandoning his dog during Hurricane Milton. Why? On the way.
Story surprising a lot of people, including Jared this morning. The South Florida man who was accused of tying up and abandoning his dog during Cat 3 Hurricane Milton will not face any charges.
Giovanni Aldama Garcia initially charged with third-degree felony animal cruelty. October 9, 2024. Bull Terrier, renamed by the way Trooper, found tied to a fence on the side of I-75 in Hillsborough County. FHP video showed the dog barking, water up to his belly.
That heartbreaking video, we've seen it now, most of us, several times. But the state attorney's office says they don't have enough evidence to prove that Garcia was the person who intentionally tied the dog up, so they had to drop the charges. Garcia claimed he did not have time to go get the dog before he evacuated ahead of the storm. He couldn't find anyone to go get him, he said. The dog was ultimately put up for adoption. He was adopted by a couple who say that they are disgusted the charges were dropped.
Trooper's law was signed by the governor, DeSantis. As a result of this, Florida Senate Bill 150 makes it a felony to restrain and abandon a dog during a mandatory or voluntary evacuation from a declared natural disaster area that went into effect this month.
Well, Trooper.
Let's get a look outside at the 3 Mile Bridge. Light traffic there moving smoothly. No reports of any slowdowns this morning at 7:46.
First Warning WeatherNet is sponsored by Peden Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical. Here is meteorologist Christian Garman.
Great to have you with us on the morning, Craig. Christian. By the way, a couple people were asking on the stream. Brooke is fine. She has had a day off. It's her husband's birthday. And so Christian graciously agreed to step in and do a little sightseeing with us.
Yeah, live shot to open things up from Vegas this morning, as a matter of fact.
I need to go back.
What's that?
I need to go back.
When was the last time you were in Vegas?
A couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, how much did you lose?
Exactly.
I didn't lose anything. Would you like to hear a quote from my wife?
Of course.
The great Pete Willits?
Yes.
She was sitting here at the machine. She says, "This machine's taking all my money." I said, "No, honey. This machine, you are giving this machine all your money."
Yeah, I can feel the money pretty much drifting out of my pockets the longer I look at the shot. That's pretty much how it goes. Thank you.
Let's go to this one instead. A live shot from the Hardee's beach camera. It really is just an absolutely gorgeous morning. This is how you start a week. Hardly a cloud in the sky. I think that's going to be the case all day, and it's cool this morning. So there's your live shot to get you in good spirits. Here are the morning temps, and this should just pick up where the live shot left off, because boy, oh boy, does it feel good. It's cool this morning. I think you'll need a jacket. Haven't said that much. 50 degrees in Jay right now. Look at Crestview. 47 right now. Fort Walton Beach, 57 degrees right now. Pensacola sits at 58. And we've got NAS Pensacola and Destin as the lone spots this morning in the 60s, and just barely 60 on the number. The wind right now, several places reporting calm wind, and even those that have a little bit of wind, it's much calmer than it was yesterday, and that trend will just continue. I don't think there'll be much to speak of through the course of today, but they are coming from the north, and of course that means the air stays dry, the humidity stays down. We're talking about very few, if any, clouds today. So this is the satellite and radar imagery on the local scale where it's just totally clear. You look ahead to our afternoon highs. Normal high today, 80. I really don't think any of us will get there. Doesn't that sound good? Sunshine, calm wind, and temps between about 74 and 78 today. So truly awesome stuff. I showed you the local satellite radar imagery. Now we're looking across the entire South. And other than South Florida, and I'm talking like Miami and down to the Keys, where we've got some clouds and rain from the front that moved through here 24 hours ago, it is just bone dry out there. In fact, if anything, over the course of the next few days, wildfires would become a little bit of a concern, especially behind a secondary front that's coming through Tuesday night. Here's your futurecast. You're going to see that front. Watch this. First of all, today, nothing. I mean, sunshine all day. Tonight, clear and cool. Tomorrow morning, we're back in the 50s. Look at this, though. Here you go. Tomorrow afternoon, here come a few clouds. Some rain west of 65 with this next front, but I think that it'll dry out. I don't think we'll get any rain in northwest Florida, but I do think what will happen is the front comes through late Tuesday, and all of a sudden, we're going to see cooler air, even cooler than this morning by Thursday. The tropics, we have one wave we're tracking. It's moving west into the Caribbean. It's got over the next 5 days a 70% chance to develop. I want to give you a heads up for boaters. Locally, a small craft advisory offshore through 10 a.m. That's not in protected waters. That's offshore. And at the beach, we've had strong rip currents, dangerous rip currents. We've had red flags. The lifeguards expect to go back to a yellow flag today. Looking ahead, there you can see tomorrow 81. Notice tomorrow night into Wednesday 61. But look at Thursday morning 53 and sunshine through the week. I think what will happen is the next best chance of rain comes on Sunday at about 50%.
A drone mystery in New Jersey solved. Coming up, who claimed responsibility for those mysterious sightings last year? Maybe, just maybe, if we choose to believe that drone mystery in New Jersey could be solved.
Well, we had all thought it was, could have been the aliens, could have been the Russians, could have been Chinese, they walk among us, but no.
Well, an unnamed source. You gotta love any story that starts with an unnamed source who went to the Army's UAS and Launched Effects Summit. Yeah, they have that
Fun
thing.
time, by the way.
Right, at Fort Rucker, so you got that. Anyway, so he says his private contractor at that summit took credit for all those. I mean, this went on for weeks in New Jersey. Big UFOs in the sky.
They were demonstrating what they call a manned, interesting aerial aircraft, noted for its unconventional appearance and strange flight movements.
Yeah, that's exactly what those poor people were
saying,
seeing, and that we were all wondering. So anyway, back in January, you may remember the FAA said many of these UFO sightings were just either drone hobbyists,
pay no mind.
recreational pilots, nothing to worry about. The Army has not made any public comment citing, very conveniently timed, the government shutdown.
Now, I'm reading here that says the company who had this thing was not required to disclose what they were doing due to their contract with the federal government.
Kind of the NDA, but we want to go to our executive producer, AJ, who is standing by in the control room. You had a few thoughts around this whole revelation.
Way back when?
Yeah.
I did, Laura. You and I had a conversation in the newsroom. This was just in the show. We were discussing it as part of the show, and I said, Laura, this is us. This is us. This is the military. They're testing something. I know this, so if someone can please pass that along to my husband, I'm always right all the time about everything. And I have just one more thing to offer before we go. If as a Northwest Florida resident, if you have not gone on YouTube and watched the music video to the song Gulf Breeze UFO, you've done yourself a disservice. So please, everybody go watch today. In the name of UFOs, go watch Gulf Breeze UFO.
All right, AJ with the Brain Rot Report. Thank you.
When Tanner comes in today, remember to tell him that AJ's always right.
Guess what, guys? Tanner's well aware. Yeah, that's the one thing we don't need to tell him.
The morning current will return momentarily.
$7:58, time for us to say goodbye. Thanks again, Christian
Been a pleasure.
Garland, for stopping by. That's been too fun.
And thank you for tuning in, either on TV or streaming, whatever way you get the morning current. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.